Hi guys, Douglas here, and on this tutorial I will share with you how I create this very homogeneous and consistent layer of graphite, not necessarily so black as here, but I will share my technique to create a very consistent layer. And this is a drawing I'm working on, it's almost done. It's a Walter White from the Breaking Bad series. It's almost done. And I will demonstrate on this paper here how I create the layering process, right? So, I have here the Staedtler Pencils, and I will choose the 4B for the demonstration. I already did here one sample and I will do another one. So basically what happens is that we have the lead, and here we have the graphite powder and the binding component who bind the powder. So it's usually Arabic gum, the Arabic glue, yeah? And what happens is if you put a very thick, if you create a very thick layer on a first try, very heavy, put a lot of pressure here, we create the effect called burnishing effect. In other words, you burn the wax because we create a lot of heat with the repetitive movement and putting a lot of pressure. So what I do is I position the pencil this way, parallel to the paper. This is a Fabriano paper, 220 grams. It's a bit texture. There is some tooth here. And I start creating a very light layer. And I'm not putting any pressure here, just I just position my hand, rest my hand here, and use the lead to create this layer. Very low pressure. And here you can see that it's very light comparing to the tone the 4B can give me. Okay, and now I will start the second layer. So I keep the same pressure. If you prefer, you can change directions. It's just an option. Usually I don't change the angle when I layer, but I will change the direction here just to show you. I don't see much difference, but here I am putting the second layer, so it's already darker, right? Okay, 2 layers. Now I use my brush to spread more this graphite and penetrate the powder into the paper, so you can see the difference it produces when I brush. Okay. The camera, depending on the position, you cannot see clear the angle, but I will show you according to in progress. Now I will start the third layer. And each time we layer, the tone gets darker because we are adding graphite. And again, I'm not changing the pressure, it's always the same pressure. Alright, now we have 3 layers here, okay? And you see, when I change directions, you don't see much brightness here, yeah? Okay, and now, purposely, I will create right next, on the left, a very heavy layer, one single layer of graphite, using 4B, the semi-pencil, the semi-graphite, but you see how different it will get. I will also change the position I hold the pencil. And I use the maximum pressure I can without breaking the lead to the limit. Very heavy. When you do that, you feel how the graphite melts into the paper. It's very heavy here, the pressure I'm putting. And I was expecting that while I create the layer, you see lighter than here. But in fact, when I change the angle, you see how darker it is compared to one single layer here and 3 layers here. You see the difference, but depending on the angle you put, then you see here the burnishing effect. You see the wax, how bright it is comparing to here, right? And even if I brush it, it may reduce a bit, but it's still shining, you see? Obviously, when you change the angle, you can see the dark. But here, parallel to the cell phone, you see the bright. Yeah. And if I continue layering here with low pressure, with very low pressure, very calm, very patient, taking my time, enjoying the process. And then you see clearly the difference in aspect from one technique to another. As I always mention, there is no right or wrong. It's just your preference. You have to decide what techniques is better for you. What's the result you have? What's the result you want on your drawing? And then you just choose the best for you. There's no right or wrong. Most of the artists who work with graphite don't like the brightness you're seeing here, right? Most of artists avoid this. And I also, I'm on this group. I don't like the drawing shining so much, and I prefer to work on layers, take more time to draw, but I prefer the result working on layers. Okay, so it's almost the same darkness. I should give one more layer here to achieve this level of dark. It's almost there, but you see, when I position here, depending on the angle, we'll see more brightness here, but I don't see much difference depending on the angle. Okay, now it's a bit brighter here than here, yeah? But you see, it's not the absurd difference. So you decide what to draw on your drawing, right? Okay. And I used the Staedtler Mars Lumography for this demonstration. These pencils are just amazing, and I will put a link on the description of the video with different sets. If you want to buy the pencils, I really recommend it, and I put a set of 6 pencils, 12 pencils and 24. So you decide what suits better for you. And I will also create on the channel sooner some reviews talking about different pencils I use, different brands such as Staedtler, Durant, Koh-i-Noor, Faber-Castell. These are the brands I currently use. So I create some reviews to talk about these pencils, and then you can compare. If you haven't bought any pencil yet, you can create a better decision watching the videos and comparing. Okay, so hope you enjoy and apply these techniques, and comment what you think, if it suits you or not, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye bye.